All right, so look at check it out. Every behavior has its own risk. Everything in life has its own risk. Some of the things though have more of a risk associated with it than they have a reward, a potential reward. I remember one time there was this French kid staying at my mom's house, and literally I thought I literally was going to like lose him, and like he was gonna get like kidnapped, lost, or like drugged or something, and I literally had to leave without him and risk my mom fucking literally losing this kid because of me. Like, okay, so basically there was all these French kids coming over from France, obviously France, and they were like staying with American families, and they would all have like a big group, but like three would stay at a house and stuff. And it's funny because there was three kids living with us, but I only remember one. I only remember one because his nature shined. He shined like a light. The rest of them are all blurry in my head. I don't even remember how they acted, who they were, or anything. But this one kid, he was so hard-headed, such alpha male mentality, such an alpha male mentality. And I'm telling you, that is why he's not easily forgotten. But check it out. So I remember they wanted to go out one night. It was like 12 o'clock at night. My parents had gone to bed. My mom's literally like, she is responsible for these kids. You know, she's part of this program. And then they're like telling me they're going to go out regardless if I come out or not. So I'm like, okay, like I'm not going to wake up my mom and do, I'm not like a snitch like that. So, you know, I'm going to go out with them. Yes, it's risky. Yes, it puts my mom in a bad position, whatever. But well, let's do it. So I was thinking in my head, okay, I'm going to lead the situation down like a less risky path. Maybe just get it out of their system. Kind of like when a dog wants to go for a walk and you take, but you know he's crazy and he's going to try to attack another dog or some shit. So you take him like just to walk a different way. But then it's like he gets one little sound of a dog and he's pulling off the leash and he's gone, right? So I'm trying to like make sure they go down this path. So I was like, look, we can go down to the beach over here. There might be some people. There might be some girls and stuff. There might be, you know, like some people smoking weed. You can see if they'll let you smoke or whatever. I was just trying to like figure out like what it is that they wanted to get out of their system. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, look, I don't have my car right now, so we're going to have to go through this wetlands area. There's like homeless people in there and stuff, and so it's kind of sketchy, whatever. And I was trying to put some more danger into the situation so they would get their excitement. Not enough for this kid. So we fucking go all the way through the wetlands, pitch black, dark. We finally get to the beach. He's not happy. It's not what he expected. It's boring. He wants more excitement. And he goes, no. He's like, I thought you meant we're going to go downtown Huntington Beach, not just to the beach in front of over here, right? And mind you, this kid was so like he literally did not give a fuck. I remember this kid, the first time he fucking said something to me, and he had bad English. He said something about sex. And then like right after about money. It was like the questions that he was shooting at me when he just met me were like, we knew each other for forever. And that's kind of how I am with people as well. But this kid really stood out to me as well. So he's not easily forgettable at all. But I remember we got to the beach and he was like, not happy. He's like, no, I'm going downtown Huntington Beach. We're going to find somebody. Something's going to happen. It's going to be fun. It's going to be worth it. Trust me. And he's trying to lead the other two kids to sway with him. And I was like, look, bro, it's not a good idea. Here's all the negatives. It's probably not going to be a good idea. And then I was being the party pooper now, but he had to understand, like, he doesn't know where he is. He's completely vulnerable. There's really no upside potential, but you got to understand the way that he was living his life. That was his normal, like the way that he's in America. The thoughts that got him even to America and to be on this trip were a product of, you know, being adventurous. But he was more adventurous than the other two kids, which is what made him stand out. But also it was very risky in the sense that, like, there was really no upside potential. But he just wanted constant climaxes. He wanted his life to always be like a highlight reel in every moment, right? He wanted that immediate gratification. And he was a super confident kid, and so he starts walking downtown. And I remember that, like, I had to run after him a little. Like, I kind of walked away and kind of, like, gave him cold shoulder, like, whatever type of thing. And then the two kids came with me, and he just kept walking. And I remember that we kind of had to wait and kind of, like, look around and just wait for him to finally make up his mind and come back. But there was a huge chance that he wouldn't come back. Like, that he was just going to walk off. Like, they said that he's done stuff like that before, all this stuff. And I was just like, damn, like, am I going to have to go after this kid? Because honestly, I don't want to get my mom in trouble, whatever. And he doesn't know his way home, and his phone doesn't have service. There's no way he's going to get home. There's no, like, way, you know? Unless he has, like, numbers memorized and stuff like that, possibly. He might have thought he had a way to get home. But just I mean, he's not 18. He was, like, 16 at that time. And it's past curfew. There's just such a high probability that a cop would pick him up and whatever, right? There was just no upside, and it was like a Monday or something. I just remember that there was gonna be nothing going on. I just remember something like that. And then, so anyways, this kid was just fucking gnarly, right? And so his normal was highly risks, like taking high risks, and that's what he was comfortable with. That's what made him feel safe. He was comfortable with that. That was his identity, going after things hardcore, and that could be started from trauma or whatever. But it's like he doesn't really use his brain to the fullest potential, you know. But at the same time, you could look at it and be like, well, maybe he was using more. Maybe he had more certainty, and he was gonna get home, and he would have lived the best life anyways, and that would have given more experience in life, and he'd have more whatever. Look, I saw his story on Snapchat like a couple years ago before I deleted my Snapchat, and I saw that he was hanging out with some pretty hot girls, and he looked dressed pretty nicely, and he was in a pretty luxurious place. And I don't really know what was going on in the whole thing that I saw, and maybe he's just really good at faking the life, but it looks like it served him pretty well to have the mindset that he had, right? But you got to understand something. You got to go step by step. You can't become him overnight. You're just going to hurt yourself. So the key here is incremental steps towards more risky behavior, but still keep in mind that if there's a low reward chance and it's high risk, it's not really worth it. But the thing is, if you take high risk actions and you survive, you might become the type of person that doesn't fear things, and you might be able to get something out of life through that. So it is up in the air. It literally is up in the air, but just understand who you kind of are, and then from there, make a decision on who you want to become and incrementally move towards that. Don't just jump one day, because trauma can make you jump. Trauma can make you say, fuck it, I don't care anymore. I might as well become this other person immediately. Being a sociopath can also do that, but just understand there's different levels and different risks. And like, I've really thought about this lately. Where it's like, shit, man. When I was running game every day, the risk to reward potential, the reason why I manifested the girl that I have in my life now was because I literally saw that there was no point of living if I at least didn't experience this relationship that I'm in right now. So I put my balls on the line and risked it all, because I literally thought in my head, if I don't itch this scratch, I will never take action in my business life, and I will stay distracted my whole life and unhappy and whatever. So I literally risked it all for that experience. Now, some dudes keep fucking these girls, keep going. They just want more. But show me one example of a dude that kept going for more with girls and indulging in that kind of lifestyle or drugs that has something big going for themselves right now. Give me one example. Now, if you say Dan Bilzerian, well, Dan Bilzerian doesn't do a shitload of drugs, first of all. And the other thing is, like, the girls are just like a byproduct of what he already, like, got. See, Dan Bilzerian, was running game on girls, and then what happened was he switched his obsession to poker and getting money and whatever. He wasn't that obsessed with girls anymore, and then he got money, and then he was comfortable with girls already, and when they came around him, he just closed, and then more girls brought more girls, etc., etc., and he set up his life properly. So he just went out, got charisma, got comfortable with women in the beginning, and then he kind of let them go, and so then now they just come to him and he doesn't have to work for them. You see what I'm saying? So he took the proper risk in the beginning, and then he chose one thing over another. He did a trade-off to get money and get his life right. Now you might say, well, he already had money. You gotta understand, he used his money to make more money. You know, he used his money to make more money, and that still took time and obsession. So understand this. It's like there's keys to life, guys. There's keys to life, and being completely obsessed with women your whole life is not a key. Is not a key. It will leave you literally behind. It'll leave you behind. It's the same wet hole every time, guys. Sometimes you need a little scratch, a little hit here and there. I've been pretty good about that lately because I'm in a relationship, so I get that itch scratched, if you will. But just understand, if just to get that little itch and that little scratch, you're being held back, or you're in a fucking complete cycle of just wasting your time and energy on girls, you're in a downward spiral to nowhere, basically. And the dude at the end of the day that got laid a bunch but didn't make anything of himself, and the dude that got made of something of himself but didn't get laid at all, in my opinion, both are retarded. Not retarded, but they're both, you know what I'm saying? Like Nikola Tesla gave something to the world, but it was taken away anyways. And yeah, now we're trying to like remember him and stuff like that, and so maybe you can argue that it helped. But homie never he never got laid. And now you could say, well, if we get reincarnated a bunch of times, then you can have one lifetime to get laid a bunch, and then one lifetime to work 100% to give something to humanity. Alright, bro, but that's if reincarnation even works. So, like, I'm covering every single thing that you guys could possibly say in my videos because I've always been in sales. Well, I've been in sales since I was 20, so that's how you handle objections. I'm just showing you that I've visited all those thoughts that you could possibly have. Alright? And so it's well thought out what I'm delivering to you right now. So my suggestion is this. Look, today I was very horny. I needed to itch something. I felt like I needed to approach a girl or something. But what I did instead was I just went and bought a book, went and got a drink of something to make me feel better, and I'm realizing it might be something that they sprayed in the air. It might be chemtrails today, because as you can see, it's pretty swiggly up there. And that could be the prime reason of my anxiety and stuff like that, and I didn't sleep well last night. But regardless, I'm going home right now to flip on the computer, and I'm going to visualize my fucking dream. I'm going to transmute this energy back in, guys, because I'm semen retained, everything's good. Just because I'm horny and my girl's snowboarding right now and she's not here, doesn't mean that I have to go run game. It doesn't mean that I have to go get laid. No, guys. Sometimes you can itch that scratch. You can scratch that itch, but other times, guys, you gotta just use it as an opportunity to redirect and be disciplined, to transmute that energy. Let's go.